Okay, we're just gonna see what he needs to know, just whatever comes out. I'm pulling from all decks. I'm just gonna get like 2 to 3 cards from each different deck I have up here, and then just put the story together, the message. So we're gonna get 2 from the Love and Money deck. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe someone has a crush on you. Could be someone, like, it could be a woman. Maybe same sex. Maybe this is about someone who calls you, like, babe or honey. They have a pet name for you. I don't know, because I just started thinking about, like, a memory I had when I went out with, my boyfriend. And it was, like, the waitress. Like, she kept calling me, like, honey and babe or whatever. I'm like, girl. I don't know. It was just funny. But she was adorable. But yeah, maybe it's related to that. Let's see what we get. Then the Regina Hilling Oracle deck. I'm thinking of making a new Oracle deck as well. Cause that's like, I love making Oracle decks, guys. Like, oh my gosh. So far I think I've created 3 of them. I want to say, yeah, I think 3. I made 3 decks. I use them for my readings on here. But I got the Virtual Healing Messages one, the Regina Healing Oracle deck, and then the Hair Descriptor deck. Okay, you are more powerful than I realized. I am a colorist. Grounding. Letting go. That came out from a different reading. Origin. Initiation. Creativity. Vitality. Indulgence. Interaction. Joy. Friendliness. Sweetheart. Pure unconditional love. Beloved. Infidelity. And happy endings. Okay. I get it is the first thing I'm gonna say is that it's time for you to go out into nature. I get that because we have the grounding card and we have origin, initiation, creativity, vitality. Possibly also creating something will increase your vibration. Like, do something fun that you enjoy. Like, for me, it's video editing, singing, dancing. Do something creative. But let me just read the grounding card. Grounding brings you back to the present moment, allowing you to find stability and peace amidst the chaos of life. Use this practice whenever you feel overwhelmed or disconnected, and allow yourself to be nurtured by the grounding energy of the earth. And then letting go. Embrace letting go as an opportunity to release attachments to people, situations, or beliefs that weigh you down or hold you back. Okay. It kind of reminds me of the I Am a Colorist card and the Infidelity card. I'm going to start with the I Am a Colorist. Maybe you're insecure about your skin tone. Maybe you've been like, you've been programmed. There's something about you that you've been programmed to hate about yourself or to not like about yourself. And what I'm getting is that now it's time to let go, possibly journal on this and figure out, why do you feel the way you feel about this certain feature about you. And basically, you are beautiful just the way you are is something that you need to realize. But sorry. You are beautiful just the way you are. And maybe there are people in the past that made you feel insecure about this certain feature regarding you. Maybe there's been colorist people that try to come towards you to date you. Colorist people who have like tried to come towards you in friendships, or maybe you're raised by a colorist person, you know? So it doesn't have to be colorism. It could be featureism. Maybe you don't like some sort of feature about you, something about yourself, and you internalized this belief even though it's not true. You know, you're beautiful in your own way. And what I get is that basically, you know, God doesn't discriminate. The earth doesn't discriminate. The earth has so many different colors, and you are a reflection of how diverse the earth is. You're a reflection of how creative God is, the universe is. He made everyone different, you know? He gave us all different features, all different hair, or what it, like, whatever, you know? And it's beautiful, especially like how um, we're all different and then we could all come together as well. I'm not a person that believes in, like, you know, segregation, separating, any of that stuff. I believe that we are the souls. We are the souls. We are not the vessels. So just because you're in a certain vessel does not, of course, it makes it relevant in this lifetime. However, basically, what's a good example? I feel like in each lifetime, you're born into, I don't know, I don't believe that you're constantly going to be reborn into the same lineage, the same family. We all have past lives and stuff as different types of people. I was probably a Asian man or something in a past life once. I'm not in that family anymore. I'm now in um a wonderful African American family, you know? So you have to learn to your vessel is important. Your vessel is important, but you have to realize that you're more than your vessel. There was a video I was watching yesterday, um, and basically it was like with the Asian woman. She was like talking about, I guess she saw like a little black girl, and what was it? I guess she went to the black girl. She's like, "You're so," she's like, she's like, "You're so beautiful." She's like, "Oh, thank you." And the little girl was like, "Oh, thank you. My mom did my hair today." And then the Asian lady, I guess, like, she was confused. She was like, "No, I'm saying you're beautiful. Like, I'm not talking about your hair. Like, not that your hair is not beautiful, but I'm saying you're beautiful." And she basically went on like a discussion about how she believes, like, you know, black women, because of like how society has certain like certain, you know, our history, and society has certain expectations, certain beliefs regarding like hair texture, you know, texturism and stuff. We internalize it, and we, a lot of us, like, subconsciously believe that we're not good looking unless our hair looks nice. We have like a attachment to our hair that kind of prevents us from seeing our beauty if our hair isn't done. So let's say like you're drop dead gorgeous, like face card immaculate. You're not going to believe that you're drop dead gorgeous, face card immaculate if your hair isn't the way that you perceive it to be done. Like you perceive to be, you know, quote unquote done. And the girl was saying, the Asian lady was saying, like, you know, she disagrees with that. You are not your hair. You're more than your hair. And it's just like really sad. You don't have to. And she says, like, she believes, like, you know, black women usually get complimented when their hair is done. So maybe um, you could be unlearning a lot of these toxic mindsets that were programmed into you. You're going to be growing as a person is something that you need to be aware of. Um, it's time to let go of those Eurocentric beauty standards. It's time to see the beauty in yourself, because the only way you're going to see the beauty in yourself is if you stop comparing yourself to other people. You know, you have to pour into you, and then that's going to show you the most authentic, beautiful version of yourself. So maybe you don't feel beautiful because you're clinging on to ideologies that don't serve you, that do not relate to you. So, we also have infidelity. Manipulative social circles encourage betrayal. Social circles encourage infidelity, and temptation surrounds you. Surrounded by temptation and struggles to stay loyal. And then we have happy endings. Feels skeptical of happy endings and distrusts fairy tale promises. Believes reality is far from the fairy tale and feels disillusioned. Question the promises that seem too perfect. So maybe somebody here is scared of being cheated on or scared of infidelity. Either someone's easily tempted by outside people. Obviously it's like related to something, but this is what someone needs to be aware of. Someone is like basically a viewer. A viewer is easily tempted. I'm getting that possibly maybe it's because in the past they dealt with infidelity where someone cheated on them, or they were around people who cheated or didn't stay loyal, had multiple relationships, you know. They encouraged it. So it's impacting whoever this is, whoever you are, you're being impacted by these past people that are not able to stay loyal in their own connections, because it makes you feel like, oh, it's okay for me not to be loyal. It's okay for me not to have that happy ending because it's not real, because you're used to seeing people around you being cheated on, cheating. It's been normalized even in media and society, having multiple lovers, cheating, not being loyal, I'm not gonna say staying single, because staying single isn't bad. Because the thing is that, like, you shouldn't tolerate less than in a relationship. It's better to be single than to be with someone who's not for you. But some people could get into like happy relationships and then they just aren't happy because they just aren't satisfied in a sense. However, this dissatisfaction, whatever, comes from some sort of programming, is what I'm getting. But then there will also be other people, like, okay, I'm getting the word avoidant attachment. Avoidance usually have dealt with some sort of betrayal in the past, and because of that they avoid connections because they don't believe that happy endings are real, happy endings are true, happy endings can work for them. So that's what I'm getting for some people. But there are also other people that have been cheated on, and basically they kind of lost their um they don't know how to trust. They lost their sense of trust because it ruined them being cheated on, or something, some sort of betrayal caused some of you guys to kind of not really believe in the fairy tale happy ending type stuff. However, you have to realize that the, people are karmics, okay? I'm getting like, you could have been cheated on by the avoidant person, which is the first personality that I described. The person that dealt with some sort of betrayal in their past, so they're not able to commit. So just understand that it's not about you. Everything is more nuanced. It's not as simple as like, oh, they cheated on me because that person looked better. Oh, they left me because that person looked better. Or they did this, da, 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 because that person's better. No, it's not about you being better. It's about how their brain is wired, and the fact that they didn't have the what's the word, the benefit of possibly seeing two parents be happy together. They weren't taught that. They possibly weren't raised by a loving parent, you know? So it's hard for them to be okay in a calm, in a comfortable, in a peaceful environment, a peaceful relationship. That's something that they need to work on. So it doesn't mean happy endings don't exist. It just means that that happy ending wasn't with that person because they just weren't ready. They couldn't be who you needed them to be. So you have to let them go as well, especially if you're holding on to a person. You have to let them go. If you're holding on to any of these mindsets, it's time to let go. And once you let this go, you're going to be able to grow as an individual. Things will start growing in your life. You're going to experience, we have indulgence, interaction, joy, friendliness. You're going to be able to let loose, possibly attract your soul tribe. You're going to be able to experience a lot more joy. And sweetheart, pure, unconditional love, beloved. You letting go of people, you letting go of mindsets that don't serve you, you letting go of beliefs that don't serve you, people who don't serve you, is going to invite growth into your life, is going to invite people that are on the same wavelength as you into your life. That's gonna, be friendly, bring you joy, and you're gonna also invite pure, unconditional love in the form of friendship, as well as like relationships, like marriage, possibly bringing in a new life, a person that's gonna wanna settle down with you and have a chat with you. That's what I'm getting. So instead of letting, I'd say, the chaos that you've instead of letting the chaos basically overwhelm you, overpower you, it's time for you to basically get grounded, go outside, go into nature, let go, do some journaling, and really think about these different things that I mentioned. Why is it hard for you to commit? Like, talk about your past, Why don't you believe in happy endings anymore? Why are you holding on to people that don't serve you or that didn't want to be with you? Why do you feel a type of way about the features that you were born with? Why are you letting society dictate if you're beautiful or not? And at the end of this, you're being encouraged to realize that you're more powerful than you realize. So maybe you don't realize, you're going to realize, it says you're more powerful than I realized. I get that's you talking to yourself. You're going to see that you're super powerful once you let go. That's going to show you the true power that you have within. So that is your reading.